Welcome to Awaken, your soul's unlimited potential. My name is Eva, and as always, I'm so happy to have you here with me. And in this video, I'm gonna be sharing the dangers in having compassion towards others. And bear with me, I'm gonna explain a lot in this current video and also in the preceding video that will come after this. I'm gonna be sharing what I actually mean by this. I'm not trying to dispute that having compassion towards others is a bad thing, but in some cases, you'll find that compassion actually does more harm than good for a particular person. And let me explain on that. I'm sure that most, if not all people, or anyone who's even tuning in, you've faced a situation where a certain loved one, it might even be you who's currently maybe struggling in a particular area, right? It could be financially, it could be health wise, it could be in the form of addiction, right? But you're struggling compared to maybe the rest of your family members, or compared to the rest of your colleagues, or compared to the rest of your friend group. And our initial response whenever we see other people suffering, and especially people that we love and we care about, our initial instinct is always we want to help them. We want to help them save themselves. We don't want to see them suffering, and that's completely okay. There are people who do fall on hard times and they do need assistance because maybe getting to the next level, it's a bit difficult. They don't have the strength within themselves to get them to the other side where they'll be okay. And it's okay to receive assistance in those cases. But I'm going to be sharing why, in some cases, doing that constantly actually does not help this person. If anything, it just makes them worse. And I'm going to share a story with you just to help put this into context. So there was a certain man, and by the way, I do not remember where I had this story from. If I did, I would actually quote that person, but I'm going to just share the story with you. So there was a particular man who loved animals and who loved taking care of animals, right? And then he was gifted the ability to speak to animals. Like, he could actually communicate. They could understand him and he could understand them, and he was so excited because there was so much magic in that. And because the animals loved this man so much and they wanted him to be okay, they wanted him to be safe, they would always warn him whenever there was an impending something, in the horizon. Like, for example, he's walking down a road and he comes across an animal, and the animal knows that if you continue down this road, you're going to encounter something that might be harmful to you. So don't go down this path. Take a different route. And he loved getting those messages from the animals because they were saving him a lot from, any harmful things he might have encountered in, the future or something. So he loved that. He loved getting the communication. And every time he got the messages from the animals, like, he'd actually confirm later that, hey, this animal actually saved me in a certain way. And that happened for some time, and he had such a good relationship with the animals until one day, one particular animal came and warned him about his impending death, told the person that, in the next couple of days you are going to die. And the man got scared. He was like, I don't want to die. What can I do to make sure this does not come to pass? And he went researching and trying to find the answers everywhere. So remember, before, he was so happy because all the predictions that the animals were giving him before, they all came to pass and they all saved him. So he searched. He didn't want this particular prediction to come true because, of course, he didn't want to die. So he searched everywhere for the answer, until he comes across a wise man. And he asked this wise man, how can I make sure that I don't end up dying based on the prediction from this particular animal? And the wise man responded with this. You cannot save yourself from this. This is already written. It's meant to happen. And you know why? Because had you gone through all those previous moments that you were supposedly being saved from, you will have actually had the strength to face whatever pending doom is coming to you now on this particular day. So when he thought that the animals were actually saving him from so many dangers, he was actually avoiding the necessary experiences he needed to have to give him the strength to actually face this pending doom that he already had, that he knew if he was facing it, he was gonna die. And that's how I want you to look at it right now. That sometimes we go through certain challenges in life, that's part of the human experience. That's never going to go away. But have you ever realized that certain experiences we've had in the past were preparing us for something else bigger in the future? And have you ever had a moment where you actually sat down and you thought and you look back in your life and you realize that had I not gone through that particular experience, had I not met this person, whether that experience was good or bad in that particular moment, but had that not happened, I wouldn't be where I am today. That particular event, that particular person gave me the strength that I needed, the resilience that I needed to face this particular challenge in my life. Okay, so I hope you see where I'm going with this. So when you're constantly wanting to save the person that you love, constantly providing them with whatever they need, whatever they desire, always coming in to rescue them whenever they fall down, what will happen to this person eventually? They'll never need to have the lessons that they needed to make them strong to face the future in a more empowered way, because you were always there to rescue them. They will come to depend on someone else rescuing them. Even the ability to even sit and think that, what new creative ways can I use to get out of this particular predicament I'm in? You're not actually giving this person the opportunity to do that because you're constantly there to rescue them. And another example I can give you to help put this into context is that when a teacher is teaching students in class, right? You've been through the school system. Does the teacher always give you the answer? No. And why is that? Because they need to know for themselves that you've actually understood everything that they've been teaching you. So that's why the exams are created the way they are, to test our knowledge, to test our understanding of the material that has been taught. But if you picture a scenario where a teacher is constantly giving the answers, like even in the exam room, even with the paper in front of them and the student is needing to write the answer, the teacher is just providing them the answer all the time, all the time, all the time. So what happens in future when this person graduates and maybe the skills that they needed to have in this particular lesson, in this particular class, they don't have them because there was always someone there to give them the answer. So when now they're left to stand on their own, they find that they cannot stand on their own. They don't have the independence. So basically, when the teacher is thinking that they're making the life of the child easier, if anything, they're making it worse, because that person is never going to be able to do anything for themselves. And what happens now when the teacher is no longer in the picture? Do you see where I'm going with this? So as much as compassion is a good thing. It's part of how it's actually what helps us evolve spiritually. When you can look at another person's needs and maybe put them before your own needs, that kind of sacrifice, that kind of love for your neighbor because you don't want to see your neighbor suffering, that's a good thing. I am not discrediting that in any way. There are certain people who go through certain situations to help us tap into that particular emotion of compassion, to teach us that lesson, in the fact that I don't want to see you starving or homeless, and I know I can help. So I'm going to tap into my resources to help you because I don't want to see you struggle, and that's okay. But you need to have such discernment with this, in the fact that you can't always be someone else's rescuer. You're not here to save everyone. That's something I always say, because each and every one of us has the ability to save themselves, and that's what you need to realize. So they might be struggling at this current moment because maybe of the choices that they made, and you're allowed to assist, but not all the time. at some point you are actually gonna have to take off the training wheels and let this person figure it out for themselves. Okay? So I hope you resonate with this. In the next video, I'm gonna be sharing how being compassionate towards other people, again, is not a good thing, but now tying now to the Akashic Records, which is what I do, the modality I normally do with my clients, to help them heal on an energetic level through the Akashic Records. And by the way, if you're curious about this and how I can actually help you, tap into healing yourself from all the stuckness, from all the negative karma, all the situations that have been keeping you stuck for such a long time. You know, if you're feeling like you're not really moving forward in life, you're attracting the same kind of situations, the same kind of experiences, the same kind of people over and over and over again, and you don't even know what the answer is, the reason is why you're tapping into, why you're attracting these people. There's a reason to that. There's a connection with everything. You know, I always say this to my clients, that a lot of the experiences that most of us have in this current lifetime have nothing to do with our current choices. They're all connected to a past life decision that we made, and we had to come to this human experience to resolve that particular karma. And for most people, we've been doing that over and over and over again in lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, never learning that lesson. And now you're here, and if you're watching this, take this as a sign that your soul is ready to heal, because nothing ever happens by coincidence. If you're watching me, there's a reason for that, and I want you to heal. I want you to remember the lessons that you were here to learn, and I want you to resolve that for yourself. That is my desire for everyone in the world. So if you're watching this and you resonate with this at all, check out the links down below for soul realignment reading, or you can even book a quantum flow session with me, which is all about rewiring your nervous system on a physical level and helping you access, awaken your true potential in this physical body, release the negative patterns from your past wounds, past traumas, release limiting beliefs, again, that really don't serve you. So if you resonate with this, you can also check out the quantum flow session with me. Or if you have more questions on this, do reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram via DM. For now, I'm just sending you so much love. And also, if you do like the kind of content I do share out here with these videos I do, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also click on the notification bell that's next to the subscribe button, so that you don't miss out on anything that I share out here. For now, I'm sending you so much love. See you on the next video.